You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Jamie Stewart. Two young men from Central Islip have been deported to El Salvador. The brothers tell Newsday they have no criminal record, had attended school, and have lived in the U.S. for nearly 10 years. They also said they had permission to stay in the States while their immigration cases went through the system. We'll hear from the brothers in a few moments. Long Beach School District buildings were under a lockout today because of a gun threat. Police say a caller threatened the high school with an AR-15 style rifle. Authorities do not believe the threat was credible, but the school was kept under a modified lockout for the day. Police stayed at the school until dismissal. The town of North Hempstead is hoping to complete its 9/11 memorial by September. The board approved of a $496,000 deal for the final phase of the memorial. That will include a granite wall to wrap around a steel beam from ground zero. Names of residents lost to 9/11 related illnesses will be put on that granite wall. Well, tomorrow, local businesses in Nassau will be celebrating the first ever 516 Day.
We want to keep our downtown strong, and you can help out, whether it's by buying a delicious beer, shopping at a bookstore, all of the unique places that make our county so incredible.
Dozens of small businesses will be offering one-day-only promotions. Oyster Bay Brewing Company created 2 beers designed for the celebration. Participating restaurants will have items on the menu for $5.16. Other businesses will be offering 5.16% discounts. And now a quick look at tomorrow's weather. Some fog in the morning and more clouds coming in the afternoon. We'll have your 7-day forecast in just a moment. Two brothers from Central Islip are speaking out after being deported to El Salvador. The two lived in the United States for nearly 10 years.
We have lived half of our life from when I was 11 and he was 10. So that's basically what we call home, and it's the United States. But in here in El Salvador, we, like I said, we feel strange because we have no family. We have no one or a family member that we could go or talk to or even have a conversation with any friends, because we have nobody in here.
20-year-old Jose Alexander Trejo Lopez and his 19-year-old brother Josue were detained by ICE officials in Manhattan on March 14th. It happened when they went to check in with ICE, since they had applications pending to legalize their status. The two were then transferred to 3 different detention facilities before being sent to El Salvador a week ago.
My mom hopes, my brother and I, we hope that we can get a second opportunity for us to go back to the United States and pursue the dreams that we have, since we have no criminal record in the country. We never had an issue at the school. We never had an issue with a police officer.
You can read more about this story on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Only in Newsday, a police dog named after a fallen NYPD detective from Long Island, now retired. This was a ceremony yesterday for explosive detection dog Simo. He was named in honor of Detective Brian Simonson of Calverton, who was killed in the line of duty in 2019. We spoke with his widow, Leanne Simonson.
Today is very bittersweet for me. Simo is actually part of the family now, and he's done a great job for the NYPD. He carried on Brian's legacy like a champ.
And she was gifted Simo's collar. He will be enjoying his retirement at home with his handler of more than 6 years.
I'm happy for him. He deserves it, but at the same time, I'm losing my partner. So it's a bittersweet, but he deserves the rest.
Simo retired due to health issues. Among his accomplishments, shutting down Grand Central Station after sniffing something suspicious. Well, home prices are surging in Suffolk, but they may be leveling off in Nassau. Business reporter Jonathan LaMantia breaks down the numbers.
The local multiple listing service is reporting Nassau County, the median single-family home price for April was $790,000, and that's up from about $765,000. And for Nassau County, that's a 3.3% growth rate year over year, which is a little bit slower than the almost double-digit growth that we've been seeing pretty consistently in Nassau County. And then in Suffolk County, the median home price was $675,000 for homes that sold in April, and that's up from $625,000 a year ago. That's 8% more than the median price a year ago, which is stronger growth than the long-term average. We still don't have enough listings for buyer demand on Long Island, and one of the real estate experts I spoke to was saying it's not clear exactly what sellers are resisting, but a big factor is they maybe don't, if they're moving within Long Island, they don't like the options that they have out there for the prices that homes are selling for.
Well, it's Team USA versus Team Europe. One of golf's biggest tournaments is coming to Long Island. Here's a look at how the course in Bethpage could give the U.S. an advantage.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely insane. I can't wait.
It's going to be nuts.
How does the Ryder Cup compare?
Oh, it's bigger. It's bigger.
Really?
Undeniably bigger than anything we've ever had before.
And this September, Team USA against Team Europe is coming to the Bethpage Black Course. The Black is no stranger to big events. It has hosted 2 U.S. Opens, 2 Barclays events, and the PGA Championship.
About 3 years in the making, but we've been working on this since really the closing day of the PGA Championship in 2019.
Since the Ryder Cup is on U.S. soil this year, it makes sense for the Americans to have a bit of a home course advantage, don't you think? When Captain Keegan Bradley, a former St. John's University golfer, stops by to inspect the course, he's expected to ask for a little bit of a shorter rough, which could make it easier for the long driving Americans to make a run for the green.
I'm sure they have all sorts of statisticians involved then of the Americans like the rough a little lower, a little higher, and we can try to suit the course to what they feel is best.
Course officials say they need over 4,000 volunteers, but already have a waiting list of more than 10,000 people. So manpower won't be a problem, but getting a ticket will. The 3-day competition is sold out, with the average single admission price over $700 a day. That includes food and non-alcoholic drinks.
I'm still thinking about going. I know the ticket price is a little expensive, so just trying to see where I'm going with that. But
That includes hot dogs.
then I'm sold.
The Ryder Cup begins September 26th. Children ages 15 and under will have free admission to the practice rounds earlier in the week if accompanied by an adult. Parking and shuttles for the general public will be available at Jones Beach State Park and the Farmingdale train station. More than 200,000 fans are expected to attend the event, making Bethpage Black once again the sports destination of the weekend.
Absolutely. I mean, it's the Super Bowl of golf.
Can't wait. All right, well, the Knicks, they fell apart last night in Game 5 against Boston, failing to close out the Celtics.
Celtics tonight hit 22 threes, and they win the elimination game over the New York Knicks in a game that Brunson fouled out of.
The Knicks lost 127-102, their first road loss of the playoffs, and that forces Game 6 Friday night back at MSG. The Knicks lead the series still 3-2.
Sarah Sounds Off is brought to you by Roll Up Awnings.
In high school sports this week, Newsday's Greg Sauer sounds off with half Hollow Hills lacrosse and football star Anthony Rayo.
And it was an opportunity maybe to play football and lacrosse for you as a freshman for Bill Belichick, a future Hall of Famer in the NFL. Did that go through your mind? Did you think maybe I can swing both sports, or no, not really?
It was definitely took a lot of thought for me. Just that's obviously a great honor to be able to play for a legendary coach like Bill Belichick. So it was definitely a thought that crossed through my mind. But at the end of the day, my goal is to win a national championship in lacrosse, and I think for those purposes, I should stick to what I'm really good at, and my passion is lacrosse.
You can watch this week's episode with Newsday High School Sports editor Greg Sauer streaming now on Newsday.com. Here's what's up on Long Island. There's the 14th annual Montauk Music Festival. The two-day outdoor concert features more than 40 performers. Bring a beach chair or a blanket. It's Saturday and Sunday on the Green in Montauk. And you can see Zebra's 50th anniversary tour. Original members of the iconic 80s rock band will take the stage Saturday night at Flagstar at Westbury Music Fair. Or check out CradleCon. Yeah, the pop culture convention features guest appearances, rare books, toys, and a retro arcade gaming area. It's Saturday and Sunday at the Cradle of Aviation Museum in Uniondale. And for admission info and more events, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box on our homepage. And let's take a closer look at your 7-day forecast. We may see some thunderstorms on Saturday, but things clear up later in the weekend with a high of 74. Looking good for Sunday. More rain, though, may be on our way next week.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Fire Island Ferries.
You're watching Newsday TV. For more on all of the stories you've seen today, head over to Newsday.com. Click Get More under the Newsday TV video box. I'm Jamie Stewart.